Welcome back, Blake Cousins here at Third Phase of Moon, going over some video that just came in last night to me. We're going to try and get it out as we make our way to Los Angeles here, but in the meanwhile, we're going to be looking at Heather O'Frill's video while we have her online, going over her account of what it was like while she witnessed this unusual event. Heather, welcome to Third Phase of Moon. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Hey Heather, tell me exactly when, where, and what got you started to film this unusual thing. I see you're traveling down a dark road. Where was this?
Well, I was driving home on Route 15 in Vermont, and I live down there, so I drive down there a lot. And I was getting out of Essex, and I saw this huge, like, glowing dark orange light. So I pulled out the camera, and I just kept following it, and it was just getting bigger and bigger. And finally I pulled over on the side of the road, and they were just like these huge fireball-looking things, but they were staying in one area and then just like lighting up and not lighting up. It was creepy.
It's really cool, Heather, because when I'm watching the video, when I saw it for the first time, I thought it was really brave of you to, it seems like you're by yourself in the car, I don't hear anybody else, and then to actually pull over on the side of the road at night and film this. Did you have any kind of feeling about, wow, this is something extraterrestrial?
I got a little creeped out, so I like locked the doors, and then two more cars pulled in the back of me, and then I got a little more creeped out, so I ended up leaving. And then I went down a side road. I was going to see if I can see it anymore, and then it, like, disappeared, so.
Well, Heather, so you're saying other people in the area witnessed the same thing and were actually pulling over to view this?
Yeah, there was two cars that pulled over in back of me, but I haven't heard anybody report anything.
Were the people on the ground, did you hear them saying anything?
Nope, nobody got out of their cars.
You know, I've showed your video to ex-military that's been in Vietnam and Iraq, and they say if these are military flares, you would usually see some kind of smoke, you know, being...
Okay, I didn't see any kind of lights or, you know, smoke trails or anything.
Is this close to any kind of military base in the area?
Somewhere around Underhill, I think there's a military, like, base, but I'm not sure.
Well, Heather, yeah, like my source says, there was no trace evidence of any kind of smoke trail. It seems like these luminescent orbs, these orange lights, are self-illuminated by what? We're not exactly sure, but it's an incredible catch, Heather. Hey, thanks for joining us right here at Third Phase Moon and submitting your footage. How did you find out about Third Phase?
My friend Joe, he's into aliens and stuff, and I showed him my video, and he said that I should submit it to you guys.
Wow, Heather, appreciate that. Tell Joe thank you very much. You know, you're sharing your video to the world, so we're happy to get your experience out. Heather, again, thanks for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, Heather, keep your eyes on the skies. Everybody, that's Heather from Jericho, Vermont, capturing something quite unusual in the night skies over there. If anybody in the area witnessed this a couple nights ago, contact Third Phase of Moon via Skype, Facebook. We're standing by. Blake Cousins. We'll see you again next time, and here is the original cut video for you right now.
I have no idea what these things are in the air right in front of me. Oh my god, there's a fourth one. The fuck are those? Pulling over. Oh my god. Wow. That's really scary because they're in the air. They come up by the old maple tree. I'm gonna pull over. See if I can get this to zoom in. I have never seen anything like this. Well, except for once, but not like this. I got a car in back of me now. A couple cars parked in the back of me now. That's creepy, and I'm gonna go investigate. I have no idea what these things are in the air right in front of me. Oh my god, there's a fourth one. The fuck are those? Pulling over. Oh my god. Wow. That's really scary because they're in the air. They come up by the old maple tree. I'm gonna pull over.
We received 2 photographs from a surveillance camera looking out in a driveway, and then all of a sudden there's something that appears in frame on the CCTV, and then Bella captures this, filming her screen, of something incredible. I don't know exactly what it is. We're looking at the photograph right now, and it looks pretty stealthy, if you ask me. It looks something that looks reverse engineered. Alien technology, paying a visit in front of Bella's home. I want to get the circumstances behind this, what details we could get from the eyewitness. We have Bella on the line right now, so we could get to some answers, hopefully. Bella, hey, thanks for joining us.
Hey, Blake, how are you doing?
Doing pretty good. You know, thanks for submitting these photographs, because when I looked at them, I was like, wow, this is weird, and it doesn't make much sense. Why would some kind of military drone aircraft park in front of your house? Can you describe to us the details? When, where, how, what went down?
Okay, well, I kind of figured out why. What happened was I had called Senator Boxer's office at about 4:06 yesterday, August 22nd, and I spoke to the aide, and I was talking to them about the control of the internet by ICANN, ICANN, by October 1st. I guess they're having some kind of transition. It has to do with the Department of Commerce, and it's going to be effective October 1st. Well, when I spoke to them, they were all playing dumb with me on the phone, and so I called back with references because they said they did, you know, they were playing dumb, and I knew they knew because it's been all over the news. Well, after I called with the references, we kind of got into it a little bit because he was very defensive with me. So then after that, I just, you know, I said goodbye, I left, and then about approximately an hour and 51 minutes later, this thing shows up in front of my house, and that's the circumstances behind it.
Wow, that is weird. This thing, whatever it is, looks kind of scary if you ask me. It definitely seems like it's stealth technology going on. So let me ask you, so you have a surveillance camera pointing out in front of your home. Do you have any video recording of the surveillance camera, the original? How did you manage?
See, I'm in a wheelchair, so what it is, it's an intercom surveillance system because I can't wheel I'm in the back of the house, so I can't wheel myself all the way up because our doors are too small. And so what I did was I rigged it where I have surveillance, you know, when somebody comes up to the door, and I could just speak to them through the intercom, but it faces out towards the street. So that's how I picked it up. And what I ended up doing is I was sitting here because it's right next to my computer in my bedroom. And while I was online, I looked over and I go, holy Moses, what the heck is that? So I called my roommate to come in here to check it out. And I was able to snap those shots off and the video off of my intercom surveillance system. So it does not record.
Wow, you know, you were quick and responsive to capture this in this kind of situation. Seems kind of weird. You didn't hear this craft pull up or land? It was totally silent?
Nothing. It was silent, very silent. I had my window open, and I usually can hear the crafts and everything because I'm right next to, what's that one Air Force base over here near the 215. It's, I can't think of the name right now, but I'm near an Air Force base. And so I hear, you know, all the F-16s going by all the time and all the military crafts. So I'm generally used to hearing the noises, but that one was really silent. And what's kind of crazy about that was cars were going by, and it was like it was cloaked or it was a stealth. Because when I was looking at the video, you know, when I was looking at the surveillance camera, I could see cars just literally going by it, but had no clue it was right there.
Wow,
So
that is amazing. That's amazing. You see, I'm looking at the photographs that you captured off the monitor there, and you can almost make out a couple little figures next to it. Do you see the little?
Yeah.
I don't know. They could be pilots.
My friend pointed that out. I don't know what it is. My friend is the one that pointed that out. It goes, look, it looks like little figurines right next to it. It looks like there's one right next to the craft because you kind of see its feet. and then you see some over on the side, because then you know how I sent you that photo where it was after they left? There's nothing there on the sidewalk.
No, let me ask you, some people are going to say this is some kind of Photoshop or some kind of quick kind of thing. Who knows what? Look, is there any Photoshop going on? People just, I got to ask that question.
Oh, no, I don't know how to Photoshop. And it's actually a true photo. And I think it was probably some type of like reverse engineered military surveillance craft. That's what my guess would be on that.
Absolutely, I would have to agree with you. You know, what we're looking at is definitely, it looks military to me. Why is it over there? Was it because of this, conversation you were having earlier in that day? That is weird to be paid a visit by this stealthy black. I'm looking at it. It looks something straight out of like DARPA technology going on, and we might be able to get some side-by-side comparisons. But why would it be parked out there? So how long did the event last? It was there. You took a picture of it. Then how did it end?
It just disappeared. Like right off the screen, it just disappeared. It was there for at least a good 12 minutes, and then it just disappeared. And it was gone. By the time I walked up to the front, because I had to push my wheelchair, when I looked out there, it was gone, and I came back to look on the surveillance, it was gone. So I was so glad that I had the right mind to grab my Canon, my Canon camera. It was just some little Canon camera I had to snap the shots. And then I walked up to see if I could literally see it, visually from my patio, but by the time I got up front, it was gone, and when I came back here, it was off the surveillance, and then I snapped that shot. And I literally sent you those videos right after, pretty much, because I watch your show. I love your show.
Wow.
You're like number one. So I sent it right to you on your Facebook.
Absolutely. We reached out back to you within, I think, a few minutes after you submitted this, and we're like, wow, we got to set this interview up, and I'm so glad we're able to do this. Pretty much 12 hours later, we're going to be sharing this to the world, getting whatever you captured out there in other people's eyes. Maybe something else happened in your area that other people may have seen this thing. It sounds like it was pretty much camouflaged using some kind of technology we have yet to being released to the public. But let me ask you this. Do you think it might come back?
Absolutely. I totally think it will. Yeah, I don't think they're done with me yet.
There must have been a reason. I'm just thinking there could have been maybe a malfunction, and then it had to basically land this thing anywhere they could without doing a crash landing, and then they were able to just sneak in and out of the place. But whatever it is, you saw it through the monitor with your own eyes besides the Canon shot. Can you give us any more detail? Were there any kind of angles on this? What did the surface of this thing look like?
Well, it looked dimensional, because you could actually see the shadow of the airplane below it. It had like a pointy nose, and it had this. It had it was like three-dimensional. It had, and you could see kind of the textures and the different colors. Like you could see the shadow is completely black. But then when you look above it, and you see the actual craft, it's gray, and you can make out like the tail and the wings, and it looks like almost like a kind of like a diamond, but cut in half, kind of. It totally looks like a military craft to me, but a drone. I think it could have landed there. It could have malfunctioned, but it also could have been from when I called up, because that occurred. I spoke to them at 4:06, and that thing arrived at my front of my door at 5:46, because my camera was time-stamped.
Yeah, it almost looks like that famous Jonathan Reed video that he captured, this stealthy black object, kind of the same kind of dimensions in the woods, and then apparently is attacked by an alien. I'm not saying anything except that it does look quite similar to that. Whatever is going on over there, it seems like you might be, like I'm and we both agree that this thing might come back. So have your camera ready. Can you give again? I'm going to give the original link to everybody, Bella's Facebook, so everybody could take a look at the photos themselves. You know, we like to give credit where credit's due. I think it's an amazing catch.
Actually, you can send it on I have a group. It's called Sign of the Times. I'll send you the link. I have them posted there because I post everything that's going on. I post your UFO stuff there and about New Brew and everything. And then I posted, my video camera of all that stuff.
Great,
so
no
I'll
problem.
Send that to you. But it's called
Send the
Sign
link
of the
over,
Times.
Bella.
It's on Facebook. Yeah, for sure. I'll send that to you.
All right, everybody. We're gonna get the word out. We're gonna get Bella's photos out. Share this to your friends. If you've seen anything like this, we want to see it. Submit it to us right here at Third Phase Moon. Bella, appreciate you joining us, and we'll be probably talking to you sometime in the future, I'd imagine. You take care of yourself, okay?
Hey, you too, and I'll keep my camera around. If I get more stuff, I'll send it to you.
While you do that, Bella, appreciate that call in, because the evidence that just was presented is something quite unusual. Keep your eyes on the skies. We're not alone. Blake Cousins. We'll see you again next time.